जय गुरुजी। मेरा नाम मेघा है। मैं दिल्ली से हूँ। मैं कल ही आई हूँ दिल्ली से। आई वर्क फॉर यॉर्क यूनिवर्सिटी एंड दिस इज़ माई फर्स्ट विजिट टू गुरुजी's मंदिर हियर। मेरी जर्नी गुरुजी से कुछ 5 साल पहले शुरू हुई and I was sharing with Shivoy uncle and Akshay uncle because we coincidentally, interacted and we decided that we'll come to the mandir together. 5 साल पहले अगर आप मुझसे मिलते तो मैं गुरुजी में बिल्कुल बिलीव नहीं करती थी। और हम लोगों की जो जनरेशन है, हम लोग क्वेश्चंस बहुत पूछते हैं। तो आई वुड ऑलवेज आस्क माई फ्रेंड्स दैट आप क्यों फॉलो कर रहे हो, ये कौन से गुरुजी है। मेरे दिमाग में ये भी होता था कि ये कहीं बैठते हैं, ब्रेन वॉश होता है। सो आई ऑलवेज स्टेड अवे। मेरे को सोशल मीडिया पे काफ़ी गुरुजी के स्वरूप दिखते थे। मुझे गाड़ियों में पीछे ब्लेसिंग्स ऑलवेज गुरुजी दिखते थे और मेरे दिमाग में यही आता था दैट इट इज स्प्रेडिंग लाइक फायर। क्या हो रहा है, मतलब व्हाई आर पीपल थिंकिंग। बट गुरुजी अभी भी मैं उनका स्वरूप देख रही हूँ और मुझे पता है वो देख के स्माइल कर रहे हैं बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज अ फुल सर्कल। 5 साल पहले माई डैड गॉट डिटेक्टेड विद लिवर cirrhosis and I was sharing with Akshay uncle and Shivoy uncle that he's been a teetotaler all throughout his life. He's been a government servant, so all he's done is that he's worked very hard to give me and my brother the best education possible. Never smoked a cigarette ever. Eating habits were always healthy. So I failed to realize, and I remember getting into this argument with the doctor that it can't be आप गलत reports देख रहे हैं, आपने evaluation ठीक से नहीं किया है. By the time we, analyzed everything, 90% of his liver had decayed, and his condition was getting really bad. It was getting deteriorated day by day. And then the doctors told us the only way that you can save him is a liver transplant. Now liver transplant, heart transplant, ये सब चीजें मैंने सिर्फ पिक्चरों में देखी थी and it looked quite easy that you're going into the OT and you come out and everything is functioning properly. It's only when it happens to you that you realize that in India it's a very complicated process. First of all, surgery बहुत complicated होती है और दूसरा emotionally भी the process is very difficult. There are no cadaver donors. There's a long waiting list in case if you need a liver. पता नहीं आपकी my father was the 400. His number was 400. So and then when we started looking at it and we started contacting people, we realized that maybe he'll not survive till that time. The doctors started pressurizing us that you would have to do the transplant very soon. He started getting these attacks wherein he would fall unconscious because the ammonia levels in his body were rising. And that's when I got connected to Guruji, because one of my friends who is a staunch follower of Guruji kept telling me, एक बार चल बड़े मंदिर, एक बार चल. I kept telling him, yeah, I'll think about it, because within my heart I was never convinced that I want to go to him. And on a Monday morning, I'd gone for a run. And from within, because the situation at home was so bad, like every evening I would check with my brother that, is he okay? Every morning, it would be, I was scared to call him. Or I was very scared to get a call in the middle of the night, कि कहीं कुछ हो ना गया. Or we were told it's just a matter of days. You would have to look for a donor soon. Then we were told that you need a genetic match for him, because he was 65 plus and it was a high risk surgery, so they ruled out a cadaver donor. So it came down to my brother and me. मैं अभी तक गुरुजी जानते हैं, मुझे इंजेक्शन से भी बहुत डर लगता है लगवाने में. So I naturally, and my daughter was at that time just 3.5. I have a 9-year-old daughter. So I was like, ये बहुत मुश्किल है. And I'll rather handle the other things in terms of running around and doing the other procedures at the hospital. I can't donate. I was selfish in a way because I was thinking about my daughter, I was thinking about my husband. At the same time, I was also thinking that I'll lose my dad. Guruji entered my life just at that time when everything seemed shattering. you know, wherein I started realizing that I wish I sleep and I don't get up because there was so much of tension. I remember going on a Monday morning after the run, I called my friend at about 7:30 in the morning. He didn't pick up. वो 10 बजे से पहले उठता ही नहीं था. And I just sent him a message, call me whenever you see this message. He called me, I was in the office. I said, आज मंदिर चलते हैं, the मंदिर that you've been telling me about. मैं कहा let's go one day because the situation at home is so bad. ये भी करके देख लेते हैं. Being a Monday, now I understand the significance of a Monday. He said, आज ही चलेंगे. I said, आज possible नहीं है. I'm in the office and I used to work for a European embassy at that time. I said, मैं छुट्टी ऐसे नहीं ले सकती. He said, आज ही चलेंगे. आज छोटा मंदिर भी खुला है. अगर आज नहीं जाएंगे तो वो भी 6 months के लिए बंद हो जाएगा. मेरे को तेरे को दोनों मंदिर ले जाने हैं. छोटा मंदिर भी ले जाना है और बड़े मंदिर भी ले जाना है. And I remember telling him, एक मंदिर काफी है ना, एक मंदिर चले जाएंगे and then ये करके देख लेते हैं. I don't know, I kept down the phone and then within 10 minutes I made up my mind, let's go and let's see कि कितना difference होता है. He's been telling me for 3 months. I went in and I was shocked because it was sometime in May that I went and Delhi में बहुत गर्मी होती है, those of you who know how the temperature is. And I was like, you know, what is happening? Like, इतनी गर्मी में इतने लोग, and I kept waiting that I will see a Guruji in physical form, that somebody will come and talk. But little did I know that he was still there, but he was not there in his physical form. We went to Chote Mandir, then I went to Bade Mandir, and I still remember I went inside the Darbar and I just told Guruji, आप जो भी हो सब ठीक कर दो, मुझे नहीं पता आप क्या हो. I don't know why people are so passionate about you कि गर्मी में भी आए हुए, ये पूरा मंदिर भरा हुआ है. I don't know, जब सब ठीक कर दो. I went out and there is a booth that was distributing Guruji's Swaroop, and that is the first Swaroop I got. They gave me this Swaroop and the prasad that I got, they said कि यहाँ से आपको जिसको ये प्रसाद अगर आप किसी के लिए ले जा रहे हो, अगर वो यहाँ नहीं आ सकते तो उनके पास जाके देना. I stay in South Delhi, my parents stay in Noida. So I directly went from Chhatarpur. I remember I went to Saket, took a cab. I straight away went to my dad's house. मैंने स्वरूप जाके उनके कमरे में लगाया, वो अभी भी वहीं लगा हुआ है उनकी अलमीरा पे. And I just told my sister-in-law, I have a feeling, and it was a very strange journey to my parents' house. Like, you know, for the past 2-3 months, I used to be so uneasy. But during that drive to my house, for some reason, I felt very calm. I felt very composed. And I told my sister-in-law that I have a feeling कि अब सब ठीक हो जाएगा. You won't believe, इंडिया में अगर आप liver transplant कराएंगे तो एक कमिटी बैठती है जिसकी डेट आने में 2 से 3 महीने लग जाते हैं. हमारा भी वो अटका हुआ था सारा प्रोसेस. Within a week, we got a reply from the liver team at Max Saket that committee की डेट आ गई है. Then I had decided that I'll come forward. Of course, it was not my decision. My husband wanted me to come forward and donate my liver. And we got prepared, and within 2 weeks, liver transplant hua. I donated 80% of my liver to my dad. It was a very high-risk surgery for both of us, and it wouldn't have been possible without Guruji. And that is where my journey started with him. We are both doing well. We are both healthy. From a point wherein I felt that, because I remember the doctor told me that the next week is very critical. I'm not very sure, like if you guys are not able to take a call, if nothing happens, I don't know whether we can stretch it beyond a week. It's been now 5 years. Guruji's made my dad travel around the world in these 5 years. He's given him a new life. He's given me a new life. And जब आप गुरुजी से जुड़ते हैं, and I might be young, you know, in terms of like I see so many senior people here, but even at this stage I feel in the 5 years that जब आप गुरुजी से जुड़ते हैं, आपकी पूरी life एक सत्संग बन जाती है. It is not about picking up incidents and narrating as satsangs, because you know अभी शायद हम लोगों को 45-50 minutes लगे मुझे शिवाय अंकल और अक्षय अंकल को आने के लिए. We kept non-stop talking about Guruji. And पहुंचते हुए भी अभी हमारी बातें खत्म नहीं हो रही. अगर आप मुझसे बोलेंगे कि गुरुजी के बारे में और बोलिए, I'll keep talking and maybe I'll keep talking for the whole night. So that's where my journey started with him. Thank you Guruji for everything. And मैं कल ही इंडिया से आई and before I was coming, I remember I sent a message to Monish uncle on Facebook and I said I really want to come to the mandir here. And somewhat, the connections were formed and I sent a message in a WhatsApp group. तो मैंने जैसे ही मैसेज भेजा उसके बाद मैंने गुरुजी को बोला that गुरुजी अब आपके ऊपर है, अब मुझे तो कुछ नहीं पता यहाँ पे पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट के बारे में. I'm here only for a week for my training. Within 10 minutes, I got a message from Akshay uncle saying that I live close by. If you want, you can come along with me. So that is Guruji for each one of us. And just like a father, he'll take care of you. Anything, you actually don't even have to ask him for anything, from the smallest to the biggest thing. He will do it for you. मुझे ये भी याद है कि I was going through that entire process of my surgery, I still didn't have 100% faith in Guruji. It was just that I had attached, myself to him, and I kept asking him for validation. That अगर आप ये करोगे, then I'll believe. अगर आप ये करोगे, जो कि हम लोग बहुत करते हैं. And I went inside the OT and I had his swaroop. That was the swaroop that is just in front of me. And I told my doctor before they were giving me the anesthesia that ये मेरे गुरुजी हैं, इनका स्वरूप आप प्लीज मेरे तकिए के नीचे रख दीजिए. And जब सर्जरी खत्म होगी, उस वक्त मुझे ये भी नहीं पता था कि सर्जरी खत्म होगी या मैं खत्म होंगी या क्या होगा. ऐसे मेरे को बस ये स्वरूप आप दे दीजिएगा. He took it very nicely and he put it under my pillow and he said ये मैंने रख दिया है, आपका ये जो फोटो है और सर्जरी के बाद हम आपको ये दे देंगे. वो सर्जरी 15-16 hours की थी. It's a very long surgery. And उस दिन max में there were close to about 10 to 12 transplants that happened simultaneously. And बाकी के भी surgeries हुए. So I don't know what was the condition of the OT. I came back for 3 days. They kept me in the ICU. And on the second day, while I was recovering, I remember my brother came to meet me in the morning. And I told him that I had given you Guruji's Swaroop. Because I had lost hope that he was Swaroop. मुझे वापस नहीं मिलेगा. So I told him, I gave you Guruji's Swaroop, please मुझे दे दो अभी. Because I just realized that मैं अपना वाला मैं अपने OT में रखा था and I don't know whether I'll get it back or not. My brother till now doesn't believe in Guruji. He just respects the fact that I am so much connected to him. He opened his wallet and the Swaroop had got washed off. So he said, sorry, mera wallet washing machine mein dhul gaya tha, so I think probably because of that it's got washed off. I said, kuch nahi hota. I will, when my husband comes, when Arjun, my husband's name is Arjun, and he'll come in the evening, I'll ask him, mere paas Guruji ke kafi Swaroop hain ghar pe, I'll request him to get one. And then I dozed off because all you can do in ICU is that just sleep, wait. And I got up in the evening and I had my husband and I was lying down like this. So he was probably, he was on my right side. And when I opened my eyes, he was smiling. And the first sentence he told me, तुम्हारे गुरुजी तो तुम्हारे पीछे ही खड़े हुए हैं. For a second I didn't realize what he was saying. I was medicated heavily and I just couldn't move because from here till here, I had stitches. So I couldn't move, I couldn't see what he was saying. And I was just so baffled that kya bol rahe hai. And then he bent down and the same Swaroop that I took in the OT, which is Guruji's Swaroop, wherein he's wearing a black chola, which is there also in the Darbar in Bade Mandir. Somebody had stuck that same Swaroop in the middle of the bed. So I got my Swaroop back, I still did have it, and I think that was the day when I realized that there's a deeper connection that I share with Guruji. I was told that for 6 weeks you will not be able to do any activities, you will not be able to resume work. I was debating with the doctors that I have a new job, I have to take up this offer because I had resigned from my previous job. Guruji got me on my feet on the 3rd week. I was told that I would have to stay in the hospital for 3 weeks to recover. He got me back on the 7th day. I never realized the importance of 7 by that time. But on the 7th day, the doctors came to me, the entire team came to me and they were like, we are just surprised. There is no reason why we can keep you in the hospital anymore. On the 7th day, he sent me back. and my dad was discharged on the 14th day. A recipient is kept in the hospital for minimum 1.5 months. मेरे dad को 14th day ही release कर दिया. And on the 3rd week, which was my joining day at the office, on Monday, he made me join my new job, which till date to my liver team at Max Saket is a miracle that how I could stand. And I was told that even if you stand, you cannot sit for more than 2-3 hours. I attended full office, 8 hours. Of course, it was painful, but then he made me bear the pain. And as soon as I completed the 4th week, he called me to Dugri because I told him that मुझे डुगरी आना है because मैं डुगरी सुनती रहती हूँ. I want to know, like I want to come and visit you. On the 4th week, he called me to Dugri. So like I said, if you will not take the mic away from me, I will keep talking about him because every day something or the other is happening, you know, and he just makes you realize that he's there. That's the best thing about him. आप कहीं पे भी खड़े होंगे आपको कोई स्वरूप दिख जाएगा. So you feel very rest assured that yes, he's around. So Jai Guruji, and I'm very thankful to Monish uncle for adding me to the group. I know that if I didn't come today, I wouldn't have got the opportunity to come and see the mandir. So Jai Guruji.